Yeah. Oh, we here. I should have go ahead and played that. I gotta stay fly. Ooh. Man, let me see what's on the radio right quick. I don't even listen to the radio on my truck.
3-2 pitch.
Oh, that's baseball. I don't even know baseball. See, I told you I don't even listen to radio. See, what's good radio? Oh, that's crap. I got a basic radio in here because I don't even listen to smoke. Hey man, see, hey, this ripping out the plastic. What is going on, man? Like, what's going on with this generation? Like, that's good music. Rip me out the plastic. That's good music. Hey man, I don't know, man. I'm stuck in this world right now, man. Hey, I, I think I got reborn at the wrong time. I don't know, man. Like, what's going on? Rip me out the plastic. Soon as I haven't turned on the radio in so long, and the first song came out was "Rip Me Out the Plastic." What's going on, Young, Best Son, Gold P, Rael. Hey, Rael, don't be laughing, man. This is serious business, man. This is serious business, man. I want to know where the money at in the space. I want to know where the money at in this space. Like, shout out to MOT. He's stirring up the pot. He's got some gumbo brewing in the pot. So this is a couple of the things we got to get, out and about, get it out, bring them out. It's hard to burr out. Close this door. All right, so basically, we're just gonna go with this money situation. MOT calls itself out as the president of the Manosphere, and other guys, nobody's went after that title. So hey, until we have a vote on it, we're gonna see something. Um, history speaks for itself. Far as the treasurer, I nominate Alonzo to try to get in here with this treasury, see what's going on with this. Because honestly, this video, I'm busting it down. I'm looking at the Manosphere legitly as a business, or maybe if Gold Professor was to, bless us with a little bit of knowledge of this, like the bike club. The guys got to pay dues. See, this is where, the foot goes to the neck, all this stuff in the process. The Manosphere movie, it was supposed to come about, swirl in the building. The Manosphere movie was going to come about where they talk about this stuff. The project got killed because the money wasn't there. This is the same situation that happened with Dr. Umar's school. Instead of starting small, you want to go big or go home. And 9 times out of 10, everybody's going home, you know. And I was just talking to someone earlier and just telling them this. I'm guilty by association. I've been in the manosphere dealing with these guys for some years now, talking to them about situations. And, you know, I was with the crowd, I was with the herd, and we had our talks. But, my thing is this: what is the end goal? You know, because more or less I was looking at this as helping the youth. It did point me in some directions with my oldest son, that we have our sit downs and talk about things. I helped him dodge the bullet from a situation, you know. But in the end, am I putting my sons over here to be in this position? What's going on, Frugal Mama? Am I giving my sons the information from off of these platforms and letting them go? It's already crazy enough that my son watched a couple of AM's clip on on what is not TikTok, but on YouTube Shorts. A lot of the AM clips on YouTube Shorts, and it talks about how men are getting the short end of the stick. That fathers are not appreciated. Like I'm literally catching this stuff out of my kids. My son is 12. He watched a lot of cartoons and stuff. So this stuff is being opened up to the kids. You know, hey, you the senator. I mean, but this is the thing, OP. You know, in the end, I really want to see some type of structure come about with this. You know, I don't believe in a lot of stuff that most guys are saying, and everybody has their own opinion. But having some structure to this, have things put in order, put in place, like this is a legit business. We can't have no pocket watchers over here counting people bread or want to be the president because only he gets a salary or something like that. Like, hell, $1 dude. If you ain't got $1, you don't need to wave the Manosphere banner. You know, we're gonna have different factions within the Manosphere, just like the council have. You know, the judicial branches, like all this stuff can be treated just like a regular government. But the point of it is, conscious in the building. What's going on? Swirl, I'm gonna have to get to that. Donate to Dr. Umar. Man, with Umar in that, I really had no faith in Umar because, like I said, same thing with dealing with this situation. Umar could have started with a kindergarten and every year graduated a class till he got to the 12th grade. Those guys would have been around him. The parents would have been more comfortable because you started with these young kindergartners, had them influenced at a young age, and this would have set the tone for these young kindergartners to do this. You know, conscious is going on. Let's talk about it. You know, after I get so many in here, I'm gonna stop highlighting names and just shouting you out because I like to stay focused on this. But a lot of times, man, we have issues within the community and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody's helping each other out because why? Everybody wants to be the boss. Nobody wants to help each other. With this space right here in the manosphere, this is a money grab right here. This is this space makes a lot of money, but then we also run through and lose within a lot of money as well because of the politics about us not working together. You had the so-called big three who started the second wave of the manosphere. They don't even get along like that, man. Like I don't be want to talk about stuff like this because this is going, you know, I'm not trying to be a target. I'm not trying to go at people sexy red in the building. I'm not trying to go at people or have these little situations or situationships like that amongst all them guys. But I always speak on me being married. A lot of times I was over in a lot of different spaces for this main reason. I'm married. So every time a guy would say that this don't work, that don't work, and I'm there to say I've been married for 15 years. I've been married for 14 years. You know, I got a woman that had kids by one guy. She did everything right with him. He felt as the man. See, my thing is call a spade a spade. That's why I practice dealing with both sides of the goalpost. If there's a guy out here messing up, not treating this woman right, y'all seen that video with a guy? He says he goes to the club. Hey Deborah, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So the guy goes to the club with his partner. He's married, and the thing of it is, the guy wants to go holler at a chick. He tells him no. He said, "Look, I buy you a drink. Go over there and sit down." I'm invested in your marriage. I spent all that money to go to Vegas for you to get married. I spent all that money to get the tux, everything. So there is no reason you can be in here cheating on your wife, and I'm sitting right here with you. Now, if that ain't a friend, I don't know what he is. You know, and every situation is different. You might have a friend that been loyal to his girl. She ain't gave him none in a couple of months or some years. You might be like, "Hey man, go ahead and cheat." I ain't gonna say that because she doing you dirty. Like I said, it depends on different situations, different strokes for different throats. As they say. And you know, the situation at hand with a lot of us, to a degree, I always speak on getting the knowledge. A lot of people don't know the knowledge, and that's where they fail at. If you don't know how to talk to a woman, you're not gonna get married. You know, the closest thing you are gonna be to marriage is leading with your wallet. And don't get me started on that. You know, the biggest drift, in my opinion, I didn't want to go this way, but since I'm finna talk this ish, because it's finna be some crazy stuff. Kevin was leading these dudes down the hole. Kevin Samuels, yes. Kevin Samuels talked some good stuff. He helped a lot of men, but at the same time, he wanted dudes to lead with that wallet. I mean, the whole productive piece, I get it. I agree with that. I wanted men to make six figures. I wanted men to be of some type of substance, but for them to go after women after they make the money, hey, whatever happened to starting from the bottom, now we here. It's gonna be hard for me to pick a wife when I'm crying in a Bentley. I mean, the crazy part is, like I said, I didn't agree with everything the man said, but he made some valid points. But then you will have some people in this space, like call a spade a spade. If I say something wrong, you're gonna discredit me, talk junk about me, flag whatever you're gonna do. I get that. But if I make good points, you gotta call it out. Like this is real, you know. And a lot of times people get too emotionally invested in a lot of these channels, a lot of these, YouTubers, and it gets to a point to where they don't have no mind of their own. They're not thinking for themselves. They're thinking on this borrowed time in which they need to, you know, put things into a certain perspective, which I don't know, I guess. But with me, I'm looking at a lot of these situations to where with the manosphere and the aspect of starting something big, it's all going to start with us just working together. That's the biggest issue with a lot of channels not working together. You know, uh, shout out to the Manosphere channel of the week. I mean, I think that's a good idea. Helping people build their channels. Clean up what's going on. Helping people build their channels. That's something great. But at the same time, it like how do other people get? I know this guy. He fell out with some people only because he was trying to figure out who started the list, who name was get to be put on the list, and you want to demand yourself like how you demand yourself for being on the Manosphere list, and you just got here. You got guys been here for 5, 10 years. They not on the Manosphere list. You just got into the space and wanted to be in the Manosphere. Like really, like come on, like because they know that whoever's on that list, people are gonna watch them, and who's watching brings the money. I mean, shout out to Ike. For people that know Ike from Kevin Samuels' channel, Ike was dropping $500 like water to promote his channel. Everybody loved Ike when Ike came in the building because Ike was dropping money. But while Ike is over there dropping wisdom, who's watching Ike channel? Ike was over there dropping hardcore truth about a mindset, about money, about maturity, all these things to give you purpose in life. How many was over there watching Ike channel getting that good knowledge? See, that goes back to what I always talk about, a lot of people being entertained. We can be entertained about this stuff, getting money out here. Wanda, what's going on? Tamika, how you doing? Getting money out here. We can go this all day. And shout out to you, Wanda. Thanks for shouting me out your channel today, just a few minutes ago. And the biggest thing is you have like a lot of small channels look out for each other. All the big channels is more selfish and think about themselves to a degree, not all of them. Because hell, BGS is shouting me out. BGS has shared me in his um, community tab. And let's break down this, because this is another thing. Yeah, Ike was dropping money, but Ike was also dropping money for knowledge. He was promoting his channel. He had got all his subs up. He got his watch hours to where he should be monetized by now. But see, a lot of people wasn't sitting there listening to the jewels because they wanted to be entertained. A lot of people wanted to be entertained. And I always speak on this entertaining thing. Like, you can be entertained, but are you getting some knowledge and gaining something to get you some money later, or get you some knowledge that can help you later on in life? If not today, maybe a couple of years or a couple of months or weeks or whatever from now. And that's the thing with this space. Like, it's a lot of money pouring into this space. Like, we could be helping each other grow our channels. We could be starting these things to help these boys. We could be starting things within the community to help. But who are we going to trust to get this money situated? You know, yeah. I mean, all he did was shouted it out. He did tell people to go sub to him because he was, giving them money. But in the end, I mean, I got his purpose. You know, I was thinking about starting another channel. Like, I might even still do it. Toya, what's going on? I might still even start that other channel. I started one channel. Somebody let the cat out the bag. Gold Professor. I didn't want nobody to know about that other channel. And I told him who it was, and he started telling everybody. And I'm like, Gold Pete. I didn't want people to know who the channel was because I literally wanted to just, start a troll channel and start talking about stuff that I don't talk about on my regular channel to see who's gonna come over and listen. You know, Black Money in the building. What's going on, man? Hey, man, I be trying to push your channel, man. I be getting it out there because look, this is the thing. I'm guilty by association. You know, I don't consider myself Manosphere because of certain, situations nowadays. It just don't went left. I honestly came into the space looking this as a brotherhood, that men working with each other, and it started off men working with each other. BGS always talked about the money aspect. What was the guy, Richard something, who does the daily reports, talking about the money, talking about the housing crisis, all that. And then came, a situation to where, it was a tide switch. There's, I'm not even gonna say this guy name. This guy moved with the wind. Every topic or every situation comes up in the space, he's on it. Like, I'm not talking about the whole T topics where we reporting on celebrities, and that's the crazy part about that too. I'm not going to compare a normal person's life to a celebrity. They got money. You got dudes who got all this money. They think different. They act different. You know, money Money brings you different situations in your life. That's the thing. Money brings you different situations. You know, you could talk a little ish to a woman if you got money. You know, a woman will let you slide. I've seen women let their men slide on cheating because the guy pays all the bills. When they sat down and thought about it, they slide. They let them slide. I mean, personally, I don't do that. I'm not trying to do that. I always say, man, I'm good with my wife. Me and my wife, we good. Don't have no issue with her. You know, and when it comes down to it, man, we 100. You know, I don't see no need in me getting a second wife. She does what I want her to do. You know, I'm good. A lot of times, man, we have issues with getting the younger men to understand their purpose. I seen this one guy, and I'm meaning to share this video with this one guy. He literally said when he first got in the military, he was buying Jordans. He was playing video games, all that stuff. He was like booming hard. Then he turned around. He was like, man, I figured out I'm going out to eat all the time. I'm trying to live below my means, trying to save this money, trying to, grow my investments and stuff like that. You know, this guy got word from an old man, elder K, what's going on. Stingray, cool. What's going on, man? I catch your shorts every now and then, man. I've been catching your lives because you do a lot of late night lives, but it is what it is, man. I catch them when I can, and just like you called out me and Gold Professor, when I throw the hands up, that's my trademark right there. The hands we heal. But yeah, this guy, saved his money. He had somebody teach him that. I seen another guy on Social Proof podcast. This guy learned the game from just self evaluation. That's why I always, I'm big on knowledge of self to get you to understand, you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it gets to a degree. Hey, if it's free, hey, I ain't paying no money. What am I investing into this child hall and all this other stuff and don't have to buy shoes, don't have to get a car? Man, I can live off of this right here and I'm good. But, like I say, back to it, the Social Proof podcast had this one guy, self evaluation, doing the homework. He learned how he was getting, I think he was 28 with 30 something doors. And it wasn't all from his money because he started a family trust to where every month, every family member, it was more like a susu. You have these things called a susu. Little J Money, what's going on? What's going on? So when it came down to it, he was sitting here learning all this stuff and teaching it to his family. And so the guy from Social Proof, Dave, he was saying, I tell my family I'm broke. I don't got no money. I'm this and that. So this guy was like, well, I do this with my family. Every month, we put so much money into the pot. And when it's your month to get the money, we say, what are you going to do with the money? You're going to either put it towards a bill, put it towards your credit to fix your credit. And he's like, everybody coming into this, the first few things you have to do before you can even enter the family money market, susu, whatever they called it. He said, you got to go and get an LLC. You got to pull your credit and all that. So if you ain't got an LLC, we'll show you how to get an LLC started. But we need you to pull your credit so we can see what we're working with so we can help you. That's family business right there. I want to do that with my family, but hey, I might have to do it with the next generation. Sometimes these jokers kind of sketchy when it comes to money. But in the end, he was able to get at 28, 30 doors and a storage unit. He said he was renting out houses, people were trashing his houses. He went and bought this one storage unit, and all he got to do is just get a broom and sweep. Storage units, they're full, people neglect, they have an auction. He can't even deal with it. An auction company comes, auction off these units for him, you know. So like there's ways of getting money out here, but how many guys out here talking about this? MOT talks about trucking all the time, and I get tired of every time I'm hearing the Manosphere channel. Like, shout out to Keep It Techie. I'm not trying to discredit you, brother, but you got a lot more check channels. Sub Zero, I think it's like 3672 or something like that. Live now because they clocked his other channel. You got Professor Black Ops. Um, what's the other guy? Kevin something with his tech channel. Um, Women in Linux. I don't know if y'all want to go with them. Yeah, it's not a manosphere. It's not just men. It's two women, but Women in Linux. I watch their channel. But the crazy part is there are other Czech channels. G G Tech, G Tech, his channel from Dizzle. I mean, it's a lot of different tech channels I watch, and I'm sitting here laughing like every time a situation goes up, somebody talks about the Black Manosphere being positive. They always bring up Keep It Techie. I go to Keep It Techie channel. If you go through majority of his videos, if I didn't watch it, I was either on somebody's panel or I was doing something. But 9 times out of 10, if you go, oh, the brain trust is a whole nother argument. That's a whole nother beast within itself. Hey, Rael, that's a whole nother beast within itself. I'm getting to that. But this is the thing. Complex is a beast. Like, why nobody's bringing Complex name up? Because Complex kicked down when they start talking these myths about the Manosphere, and he breaks down the history of the Manosphere. He got videos where he broken down the history, how the Manosphere was going, and then it altered and went another way. Shay Love, what's going on with you in the building? Oh, my sound out? There it goes. Okay. Yeah, I'm driving. Got to go to my friend's house and go check on one of my tools. I loaned them. Then I'm gonna go to the crib. But this is the big thing. Like, it's a lot of money in this space. Why all these years none of these guys came up with having a president? So now MOT wants to be the president. Speak on it. Say something about it. Hey, who's gonna be the leader? You know, and this is the thing. I really don't want to say this, but because I'm not even really trying to, shoot. Yeah, hey man, they salty about Complex because why? Complex is getting stuff done. He doesn't even have stuff talking about women. He's talking about tech. He's talking about money. He's talking about racing. He's talking about the business. Him and Alonzo tried to get the situation with his scooters done with Lords of London. I can go pull up my paperwork now, and I can show I had Lords of London with my transportation company. So when he said Lords of London, I was like, oh, y'all paying. Because I ain't going to lie. When we had Lords of London, we was paying. Here we go. Here we go. But anyway, when it come down to it, a lot of times We stick on the same people. We talk about the same junk, but in the end, like, are these guys building things? You know, because a lot of the channels that focus more on education. Hey, spike whatever you want to say about MOT. MOT is telling guys to get into the trucking industry. MOT is, talking to guys. Hell, I talked to several guys on my other channel. I was telling guys on my other channel to get into trucking before I started this. And the crazy thing is, with my other channel, hold on right quick. Let's do a rhyme with no lights on. 18 wheeler boy, you gonna be in somebody in trouble. Yeah, man, there it goes. I just looked at my regular chat on YouTube, and now all this stuff is popping up. It's got a delay, I don't know, but in the end, man, half of the I just seen Complex just now. Like, I don't know, it's StreamYard or whatever. But you know, um, even with I'm gonna say with BGS, far as I don't care with a lot, and I had this issue with Cuda. Hey Prince, what's going on? The game show, y'all need to get over there, sign up, get your link together. Shout out to the game show. Um, but anyway, we're going to with BGS. Always respect the knowledge that he provides. You know, doing his homework or whatever. As far as the money aspect of talking, and then going into other things, it to me is more an opinionated. That's his thing. I don't need no YouTube daddy, so I don't follow everything that BGS says. I don't look at him as being God, but at the same time, I respect him, being an elder. I respect his thoughts, but that doesn't mean I fully rock with him all the way 100. And from everybody that knows me, I say that all the time. I don't rock with nobody 100% because people are flawed. People will change. People will come at you or act a certain way. So, I technically don't deal with that because I know over time people change. You know, I know people have their issues. Let me get this dude some money. There you go, man. You good? It's hot. Yeah. It's been in my truck all day. I ain't got no cold water. All right. Yeah, it's hot, man. Yeah. Hey, put it by the ground, let it cool. Yeah. But yeah, man, when it come down to it, man, hey, 100%. When it come down to a lot of us trying to figure this whole thing out, I'm more or less, when it comes to a lot of the men having situations, we need to figure it out. You know, if you follow somebody, that's who you follow. I mean, even with the situation with AP, Absalom Pianki, and Cuda. They had their little spell for a minute where they was going at each other, and Cuda, talked to me about it. We had some words, and like I told him, that's what that man is doing over there. I support both of y'all. I'm in between this. I'm not taking a side because if you make me take a side, I'm gonna choose the other person by default, not because they know what they talking about, not because I like them better than I like you. It's just by default. Like you can't tell me to pick a side. I'm a grown man. I do whatever I want. I go wherever I want. At the same time, that's y'all. That's y'all business. That's y'all beef. All I'm here is in support. If I rock with your content, I rock with your content. If you say something stupid, you just say something stupid. You look stupid, not me. I'm not dealing with that, you know. And it gets crazy because you want to try to support people. You want to try to help. Like once my cash app got dropped, I didn't donate to nobody. I literally went through my cash app and seeing like literally how much money I spent, supporting the channels. I was $5 Holler Nation. Every time I would drop you $5 in your chat. I mean in the cash app. Because I want you to get all your money. I wasn't doing the super chats. I want you to get all your money. So anybody who I donated to, I've always donated to them via cash app. You know my real name, all that stuff, you know, but I got the high for it. Sheed is short for Rashid. So, it wasn't about the doxing or anything. It was more or less with me supporting. If you were saying some good stuff, majority of the people I supported on what you said that was good. Now, if you said some foul stuff, you didn't get no cash from me that day. You was wilding. Yeah, you can hang over there and kick it with them dudes that be wilding. I'm not approaching that situation. All that hyena talk, a lot of guys was bumping back in the day and saying, bruh, like you have a choice to deal with those type of chicks. So when you start coming, talking about those chicks, that's on you. Everybody has a choice. A lot of people is trying to speak on me being married with my wife having kids, but at the same time, I told them, hey, that's y'all life. My life is different. I married this woman. She got kids. She a good woman. So why you got to speak on my situation? Why you gotta talk on me because you in a situation you unhappy, you probably not married, or if you married, you know, you having it out with your people, that's you. Even in situations where a lot of dudes don't even have nobody, you over here speaking on me and my marriage, you ain't got nobody. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, cut it, man. Just like go live your life. If you ain't married, how you gonna speak on my marriage? If you ain't doing this, how you gonna speak on with me? That puts a lot of situations to where, hey, just be happy for me and move on. You trying to discredit me on my situation because you feel some type of way. It's a bad pill for you, man. It's hard for you. So in the end, I just look at a lot of folks and they, you know, willing and dealing on how they do stuff. Trying to look this stuff up. Queen, I mean, real talk, shouted like you just be always looking for the smoke. Every time, like when me and you be going at it, you get salty because I mentioned Kevin name. Like you just be cutting up. Like I didn't even want to speak on this, but sometimes I don't even know if you really married, shouted, because the way you be going at these dudes, like you telling me you pray for my wife, and I'm like, shouted, like even when I'm nice to you, you still act like this. Like, and then you over here gaslighting and going all crazy. Like, come on, man, you gotta calm down with all that. I mean, they're just setting the tone of why men don't want to deal with certain women. Speak your piece. I'm not over here cutting at no woman head. I'm not over here. The whole thing was to have this whole dialogue because that's the thing. A lot of guys saying that no women are allowed. If it don't apply, let it fly. This ain't no conversation of bashing women. It's not a conversation where I'm trying to go at women neck. I'm just basically, if you looked at this and you come in and listen, you'll see mainly just talking about the manosphere and the aspect of the money and the situations and all that. No, I mean, I know you married for 20 years, but the way you acting, it sets some type of tone for you. Like you come in the chat flaming it. That's why I just took your wrench. Me and you been going at it for a minute, and I'm like, dude, I don't do nothing to you. Like, really, I shouldn't even be having this like on my channel talking to you about this. But I mean, it just is what it is. Like you have this attitude. You mad because I say something about Kevin Sanders. You don't like Kevin. Cool. That doesn't control my mouth. Your husband like Kevin. Your husband like dudes in the manosphere. Go talk to him about that. If I'm not over here bashing women and talking like, what is your anger? What is your anger issues about? Because I'm talking about men in the manosphere and their money that men contribute, that men talk about. Because I'm not having this conversation trying to talk to you. But anyway, what's going on, AP man? I see seeing creeped on in here earlier, you know. But the thing with a lot of these situations, you know, I'm not even gonna answer that. But the thing about a lot of situations that a lot of us gotta talk to each other and deal with certain issues. Um, Getting into it, it's a lot of money over here in this space. A lot of guys focus more on, the aspect of going at each other neck and trying to, we always hear about YouTube shadow banning. I've literally been on a channel where Angry Man literally told people who supported and that was over there on Art and the Star channel, don't come back over there no more. Cause he won't be coming back over there. I heard it come out that man's mouth. He can say he didn't say it all. I mean, Art channel was neutral. You salty because a woman went at him and Art said y'all grown. Y'all do your thing. What's going on, Ice? Y'all grown. Y'all handle y'all situation the way y'all handle y'all situation. He felt as if he shouldn't have to step in when that woman was talking reckless to you. Y'all grown. Y'all talk amongst each other. Hey, he stepped in, said a few words. Y'all was supposed to handle that. If y'all couldn't handle that, then just didn't talk to each other. You know, there was no situation. There's people. If I have an issue with you, I just want to talk to you. You know, I won't have no talks with you. I won't deal with you, no type of way, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, a lot of times we have these issues with a lot of people in the manosphere, and majority is all over money. It's all over clout. I mean, you got guys still running around here in 2023 asking how many subs you got, and you not irrelevant. I'm relevant in real life. I mean, YouTube, social media, all this stuff is cool. I got friends and people in real life. I don't need 20. I don't even promote my YouTube on my social media for Facebook and Instagram. I just made my Instagram page for She We Here, and it's a spinoff from my Sheed channel, Rashid channel. Like, why do I gotta promote over there? You know, why do I gotta tell people about my? It's up to you if you do it or not. It don't matter. And people bumping heads. I mean, it's crazy because they're trying to garner the chat, trying to garner your subs. Trying to speak with a little intellect or all this other stuff. At the end of the day, if the manosphere was really about what it was really about, it would be a lot more men over here working together and getting stuff done. You would literally have a president. You would have, just like I was talking to Gold Professor earlier about the bike club. He couldn't come up and speak on this, but you would literally have men that could come in here and deal with all this stuff and work with each other, and to have a president, have a vice president, have bylaws to where if you're in the Manosphere, you got to pay a due every month, every year or something. You got to have life insurance, because the whole standard with Kevin Samuels having the high value man, that was always a thing of your behavior within the community. High value man was never about money. It was the way you carried yourself in your community and the way you dealt with people. That what a high value man always was. A high value man was a standard for people to try to obtain and uphold within the community. That was it. It was a high value standard where you had the old man, walking in there with the suits and stuff like that. That was a high value. You know, the high value issue, you know, many of these high value issues, mainly focused on situations to where within the community, a woman needed help, a child needed help, you would be there. And that's like this is the biggest thing with us breaking apart, not willing to work with each other. That began the whole dialogue of us working and really trying to do something for a greater good. You know, when situations come about and we all have, our issues, men can go in the back and talk with each other. We can handle this offline. A lot of guys not even doing that stuff. And the silliness with it is a lot of these guys got each other numbers and they don't even call each other and talk to each other. They beef with each other. They have issues. Hell, I had an issue where a guy online, I had the dude number. I called this dude, he wouldn't answer the phone. Then he wanted crap on me. And now, dude act like nothing never happened. Like nothing never happened. Like day one supporter. I was always in this dude chat. I was always fooling the dude. You know, I was always trying to deal with this guy to a issue and situation that he had. I talked him through stuff, and hey, it was on point with some other stuff. I had going on. I was gonna shoot out to him and everything, but things got a little complicated in his eye because he wasn't getting the love he felt. You know, and it went from there. Like I don't even want to get a guy the title or name, but the point of it was like egos got involved, and mainly his. I didn't have an ego. I was in the right place at the wrong time. I stepped in somebody's chat while they was gossiping and talking about dude. I ain't even know what was going on. All I knew was when I stepped in the building, you know, I stepped in the building. Next thing I know, all I know, I'm getting my head chopped off because I was guilty by association with some people. Like, dude, I don't bother nobody. I ain't messing with nobody. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And dude was riding hard on me in the chat, like, hey man, don't let that dude on the panel. Hey man, on top. I'm like, for what? Hey, I'm trying to still figure out what's going on. I had to go back to the other guy chat and found out the whole thing why they was beefing. And I'm like, y'all grown men fighting over this? Like, bro, y'all need to stop. Like, y'all got issues. Like, it ain't even that serious. But like I said, as men in this space, we can't even communicate with each other. We can't talk to each other because everybody wants to be right. Sitting here and have a dialogue. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you don't know, I need to teach you. You need to learn this. A lot of stuff dealing with coding, like I said, no shot to keep it techie. Keep it techie. I hope they forever say your name, dog, because that just makes your channel famous, and a lot of people go to your channel and learn about tech, learn about uh, what is it, OBS, and learning about the other different platforms that you can use, like Opera, Fire, with Firefox, all these different, search engines that you can deal with besides the normal. They have a lot of protection. He talks about one of the, what is it, the password, LastPass. I used to use LastPass. He was telling me they got hacked a couple of times. I'm like, the only thing I had in there really was some banking information, but I was like, nah, I could just only keep certain things in there. I don't want my banking information in LastPass. I mean, but they can get in my email, reset my information from my banking, and it goes to my email. So either way, it's like getting hacked with them is something crazy. Then you going into the situation far as the money, like I said, it needs to be a situation to where a lot of these guys are knowing that, hey, despite all this stuff arguing that you want to do, get you some life insurance. You know, there's too many of the dudes out here just been passing in this space, and hardly not many had life insurance. Hardly not many had any will or trust or any type of plan. I mean, say the least, everybody could have had it and just don't know because people mumble, they say stuff and they talk about stuff, but GoFundMe and all this other stuff raising money don't lie. You wasn't properly planned, so situations came about and you wasn't ready. You know, and that's why I always speak on the life insurance. I was talking about this before Alonzo got here. You know, by the time Alonzo got over here, it was on my third policy. Got policy for my kids. My wife got her policy. And that's the biggest thing. My influence was putting more money into my wife's hands because if anything happens to me, I want her to be comfortable. You know, I want her to deal with this. A lot of guys is not gonna get life insurance because they thinking it's expensive. The dude, if you just cut out 112 pack a month, you can afford life insurance. And the bad part is you're gonna get some cheap stuff. But the thing is, hey, $50 is not a lot of money. Um, when you're buying all these shoes and stuff, or when you're trying to get the latest video games and all this stuff, if you can spend $80 on a video game, I think they're 80. I haven't bought it. I still got a PlayStation 3. I ain't even got a 4. I got a PlayStation 3. That shows you how much I play the games. One of my kids has got an Xbox One from his uncle, because majority like they don't play the game consoles no more. My boys, they young, so they play on Roblox, stuff like that. I don't even let them play. What's the game that everybody play now? Fortnite. It's too much going on Fortnite. I told them that I let them get them into that, but it's a lot of money into different things in which a lot of situations we're not focusing on. The aspect of everybody in the space making the money, dealing with each other, working with each other for the greater good. How many times that I mean, even 100 with BGS, keeping it 100 all the way. BGS shitted on Alonzo one time and told him nobody wants to hear nothing about this, insurance shit. Like, fuck it. Hey, that's why your channel not doing so good. Then they had a panel when guys was talking and everybody was talking about life insurance and money. They live. I think he was on there talking about he had the insurance for his kid and how he had stuff set up with his daughter and stuff. Then Alonzo came in and broke it down. I talked about it a little bit, and then he was like, "Hey, everybody want life insurance? Go check out Alonzo. There you go, Alonzo. You got your people. They coming your way. You know." And that was the thing. Hell, even with Marty, me, Rael, me and you was on Roger's channel, I think. And Marty came up there popping that he had term life. And me and you was like, hold on, what? Like as soon as he said term, I was like, what was he? I was like, oh man, I laughed because I already knew it was gonna be a term to perm. That's what they call term to perm, permanent life insurance. They were trying to get him to get into a term life, deal with it for a couple of years, and then convert it to a permanent life. Take the money that's in the term, put it in a permanent life, and then go from there. Jamil, what's going on? Did I say it right? But Yeah, and it goes into that, you know. And the crazy part about that is when you get to, hold on, let me see something right quick. You know, man right here was like, hey, dude, you need to go talk to Alonzo. Who's Alonzo? And I don't know who popped the channel. I think it was Alonzo. Or, I think he started a channel. Somebody started a channel. You dropped Alonzo over there. It was like, hey man, you need to, because I was laughing like I already got Universal Life. I was like, dude, you took that $100,000, put it in a Universal Life. You know what that'll do for you, dude? Like, you had $100,000 cash and you put it in here. You're not even getting a percentage off. Like going into whole life, going into the S&P with the IUL in which they talk about, like you'll make way more money. And $100,000 you're coming in, I told you, anybody that follows the trends and know about this life insurance, if you're getting a way higher percentage than putting your money in a savings. Because basically all it is almost like a high yield savings. You know, if you look at CDs now, I was looking at a CD today for like 5.8 return on a 13-month CD. I was like 13 months. Okay, cool. Just looking at it. I mean, they have online banks right now doing 6 and 7 point 6.7 7 point something on a CD. Like I'm looking at this stuff. I'm looking at videos on this. I'm going and researching. I'm like, this is a joke. This not real. I'm going on Google searching these different companies. Okay, this is legit. Yeah, this is legit. Like this is the stuff we need to be having this conversation about, the money aspect. How many guys are really making the money in YouTube on or in the Manosphere? Just in YouTube in general. Like this woman channel, I watch her channel all the time. Uh Mother Nature. She spells it different than mother than what it is. But she just free living flower girl type that lives out of her van. And me and my wife watch it. This girl, she be doing some crazy stuff. She took a dump in a van one time, like she sleeps in her car, all this different crazy stuff. But at the same time, though, when it all boils down, the craziness about this girl, she literally just got her monetization check because she started it. She was in here for like I think 2 or 3 years, and she never monetized herself because she said she didn't want to treat it like a job and she wanted to show people that she wasn't making money. I'm like, dude, you know, don't put your I'm like, don't sit here and leave money on the table because a lot of times a lot of people want to prove that, man, I don't need the money. I'm like, dude, if I ever get monetized, I'm not, I'd rather get the money, put it in an account, and turn around and give it to somebody else versus letting YouTube just sit there and pile that money up and they keeping it in their pocket. I don't have to, kind of gloat and show that, hey man, I got money. I'm balling like that. I don't have to tell people I got money. I just do stuff and regardless, if it shows, it shows. If it don't, it don't. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to be the biggest super chatter in the building, whatever, how you doing. But when it comes down to it, get in the process of learning. I speak on this every morning. This morning I just talked about the housing market. I was like, how many guys are learning about houses on buying houses? Who knows that Alonzo was a real estate agent? Hell, what's the dude named that Lucario? The dude Lucario that, talks about the game and all that stuff with Steve the Dean. Lucario brother sells life insurance. Everybody wants to hear about the macking and getting the women, but nobody wants to hear his brother talks about life insurance and taking your life to the next level. Those guys are stuck on getting women. If you don't never get a woman, then what you gonna do? So you're just gonna be broke, still out here trying to, push and buy a course to learn how to. No, go get you some money. Like that's the whole thing. Like even with the people that got money in this space, like what are they actually doing with the money? Learning, you know, because majority of the time when I sit here and deal with a lot of people, majority of the people are not on YouTube in this space that got money that are talking about this gender war stuff. They're focused on the next biggest thing, trying to provide, trying to get a business established and get some things done. A lot of people don't even want to cross over into this space because they heard so much bad stuff about the space. They don't want no parts on this space. What's going on. They don't want no parts in this space because they already know that it's associated. Stuff has been associated with this space. And when it comes to it, a lot of times we have issues with a lot of men. I mean, well, a lot of men have issues with women. That's their thing. I mean, to a degree. If you've been broken, heartbroken, somebody did you wrong, whatever, you're gonna always have a special place in your heart that where you wanna, just hold that against them. More or less, if you take all the women down with the ship, that's how you feel. Women got the same way. When a dude hurt them, if they ain't out here trying to say every man is dirty and evil, they out here just, feeling salty about these dudes, the way they treated them. It comes with the territory. Dude, any man, any woman can come in on a significant other and they're in the bed with somebody, they're gonna be furious. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be mad. Hey, AP, he down on like his third channel, what, fourth channel now? Like that's the thing. Like he getting flagged crazy. Like man, I don't know what you doing over there, AP. You busting guns a little too hard over there in your space, man. Hey, them dudes is at your neck, or them women at your neck one, you know. But when it comes down to it, a lot of times, man, it's so much money over here. It's so much stuff we can be talk about and getting money. I put in the back. I was on AP channel one time about that the whole thing about you trying to get into we was talking about a YouTube, like no it's not YouTube, it's like a friend, if you Google search like online friend, it's like I think it's like friend referral or something, I forgot the name of it, where they literally pay you to be a friend online. They got all these different apps, like Instagram is killing it right now. uh I forgot the dude name. uh Dang, AP, you need to drop your tele, no, what's the telegram, what's it called, what's the thing, dang, I forgot the name of the thing when you go in the back and everybody be over there, because like Ramil's thing is lit, like his junk is crazy, like it's over there like the Thunderdome over there. Because when Big Truck got exposed for being a teacher, man, they went at that dude so hard over there. Discord, yeah, Discord, yeah, Discord is crazy, man. Like, and that's what it was. A lot of money being made over in Discord too, because people talking about stocks. Nobody's really over there on the business side that much, but everybody's over there for the foolery, and understand. Like I said, you gonna get old. You gotta learn how to way to make money easy. I got little side stuff I do to make money with no problem, but at the same time, like right now, man, I'm over my friend's house right now. I'm about to get ready to go in there, so I'm about to jump off of here. But my thing is, like, dude, I'm always out here trying to get me some money because my next move, like I tell my wife, when I get close to 55, I'm trying to work as minimum as possible. I might go ahead and get me an IT job, a desk job, or something like that. I've been looking at that as being a thing. Yeah, when the brain trust does a lot of its work, you got everybody from Mike V, Nagone, and of course, Complex. All these guys are over here breaking stuff down, talking DC, even you, Riot. A lot of people come in and give the information. Drop your Discord link in here so people can, go over to your Discord. And when it comes down to it, man, hey, I share a lot of information out to certain little cliques that I'm in, and we associate with each other offline, and it's more positive, man. We'll sit here and talk some about like a woman did something crazy on a panel or something, but it's not nothing that's serious. We mostly be talking about getting money. We mostly be talking about doing business. Like this weekend, I got a guy in the space now. I'm finna go do a business with this woman. I know this woman cool. This dude, I know him. So I'm finna put them two together so they can, do business together. You know, and if I need to step in just to get some things clarified, then so be it. But this guy has something that this woman wants, so I'm providing a service, being the middleman and going through, and that's it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Ramil stuff is like crazy, man. It's a whole nother ball game with Ramil. Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to break out some categories. You got to boost that thing up. I had mine. I don't even go on it no more. I actually logged out because Ramil junk was beaming so much, dude. I got like 300 messages in one day I had to go through. I'm like, I'm not going through all this stuff. Like these dudes going ham over there, and then you get around people, and that thing get the bing, bing, bing. Then you take it off notification. Then you come back, you see 18 notifications, uh, 1 minute. Then like 5 minutes later, you see 110. You like, dude, what's going on over here? Yeah, a Baller X. I don't know. Baller X could be you, Nino. Somebody follow X and they just be popping in and busting it down, doing the stuff with each other. And Ball X, he a couple of times he went live, but I don't think he really showed his face, or not even just showed his face, but just But yeah, that thing with Solo was crazy. Yeah, that Nager TV, yeah, Brandon be going in. Brandon got some knowledge over here. He know a little bit of stuff too. He been around, he been listening and hearing. But hey, when it comes down to it, man, like I say, it's so much money over here, man. And a lot of guys, they just their intentions is just to make money and let people be dormant. And then a lot of times you have guys over here giving information, but it's up to them if they get it. I mean, Sub Zero, his channel where he teaches guys about tech, he has so many guys in his courses and his classes. Some people might think it ain't worth it, but at the same time, he's giving jobs. He's getting you in position. Tech G the same way. Hell, I might even take a Tech G channel, and do something with that, depending on, my next level. Cause I've already looked into A plus. I looked into C plus. Just entry level stuff. Like I can get an entry level job making roughly starting off low 40, 50,000, then just move up. The more I take certifications. And a lot of times right now, man, it's all about the certifications, dude. You ain't even got to do all that crazy stuff. Yeah, man, Pastor, man, he be left field. He alien nation out here with the conspiracy theory stuff. But I'm going to let Pastor go ahead and keep that and have that, man. But in the end, man, it just like, dude, a lot of us over here getting these super chats, getting this like the other people, other channels are killing it with the courses. They working with each other. They doing more stuff than we doing. They, putting boots on the ground, whatever as they say, to get stuff motivated to go to the next level. While we happy we getting pennies on the dollar with super chats. Hell, you had the crazy boy, um dang, what's the dude name over there be hanging with them guys? Uh, Dang, what's the guy name? Donovan Sharp. like Donovan's finna have a freaking seminar, whatever. He's selling courses and all this junk. Like that's next level. All these super chats and stuff. Like if you like even Steve the Dean and all, they doing like courses and getting guys to buy $250, $500 courses. And it was funny how Ramil was going at Steve and telling him that his old lady was paying for a lot of the Manosphere meetup stuff, and he was like, "Oh, and his old lady credit card." I was crying laughing. He was like, "Man, I paid for that with my own money." But Donovan was trying to throw him up under the bus on some sneak this and stuff. It was funny, but in the end, man, I'm about to get off here because I gotta hit this, then go to the house. I go to bed because, like I said, normally I be over at the house with the kids, but I did a little extra running around tonight, so I don't do too many lives at night. But I wanted to, more or less speak on the money aspect of the manosphere. Like, I hope a lot, like even put money into your channel, like put money into your channel, buying the equipment. Hey, if you ain't got the money, do it. If you got the money, do it. Hey, start off with a Yeti mic. Even though it's trash, Kuda always talked about it being trash. Start off with a Yeti mic. Do something better than just your mics that are chopping up. Make sure you got good, strong internet connection because if I can't hear you or you chop up, I'm cutting it off. Like, dude, I'm not like even when I drive and I was doing my lives and they be chopping and dropping, like, bro, I'm not here for that. Like, if I'm not here for that, I know people not here for that. So I'm not gonna try to give you some bad quality because I'm not listening to bad quality. I mean, it is what it is, you know. So in the end, it's pretty much up to you in getting a situation done. A lot of times we focus on the wrong things, trying to get the entertainment side, but we need to start getting more of the knowledge. I always say it's cool to be entertained, it's cool to get this stuff, but a lot of times you're gonna get old. Have things in play. If anything was to happen to me, I'm good. I got money set aside for the kids. I got a lot of my, things I own. My wife is gonna get that stuff, of course. Hell, my guns. I even got my guns with it out. The people in the family. Hey, one person get this, one person get that. A lot of assets with tools and stuff. I know my wife. She ain't gonna know what to do with this stuff. She don't want this stuff. I already have it written down. I already have my will set up to who gets what. Now my next move is to get a trust. Me and Alonzo been talking about this for a minute. I just been putting it off because I've been dealing with a lot of other things. You know, trying to get a lot of more things squared away, trying to get a lot more things, doing good. A lot of times, man, the process can be hard. It's challenging, but bruh, it's money out here. You know, a lot of times you can get a second job real easy doing small stuff. Fiber. I found a site to where you can script your videos, like take your videos, break them down, clip them into YouTube shorts. I found some software, and a lot of this stuff, man, I find it on Instagram. I go through a lot of Instagram. I look up tech channels, and once I look up a video about tech, they start shooting me all this stuff regarding tech. You know, I might try to see if I put one in the chat right now, because I know I'll be sending it to my wife or in the group chat. So, yeah, man, I'm finna get off. I might go ahead and reshare it in my community tab. I mean, it's a lot of information I try to put out, out behind the scenes when I talk to people. Hell, I put it in the front. It don't matter to me. I'm not selfish with it. I'm not trying to hinder nobody, hold them back. This thing, we all can get money. A couple of guys I told about getting into trucking. Some of them took it serious. They went into it. Some of them didn't. It's cool. It's no hurt to me because in the end, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. If you're not, you're just not. I'm not gonna force a man to do better for his life. And again, it's the difference between the men and the males. A lot of males will come at situations and they'll speak on and act on stuff just because they call themselves a man, but then a man will actually carry himself in such to where it's not even bothering him, you know. And He'll speak his piece and move on. It's not even an issue. But a lot of times we got to grow and to get to that point, you know, when it comes down to it, it's like it is what it is, man. A lot of times we got to start supporting each other more, start dealing with each other more. I try to share as much as I can, but majority of the time I try to keep the stuff that I share along with the content that I'm doing now. So every now and then I go out of my realm and share something out different just to, try to get people to come over and look within the channels. But a lot of times I try to keep it at a certain, length. Oh yeah, Nino, I'm gonna shoot you some of these things too, man, cause you enjoy these different ones. Um, Actually, I'm gonna do this right here. So going live right now, people can go ahead and go on over there, and it is the Black Brain Trust. So shout out to everybody over here. Let them go ahead and tighten up and go ahead and go over to the Black Brain Trust. Hey, complex. It is, man. It is what it is. The knowledge is always all in all, you know. And a lot of times that's why I keep telling people I have my entertainment to where I get on channels, I laugh, cut up, but at the same time, the knowledge is the knowledge, man. And focusing on the knowledge and getting people, to understand what is what, that's the key. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Shout out to everybody, came in the building. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Shout out to everybody that shared or whatever you want to do. A lot of this stuff be clickbait, man. Like I said, I stepped away from the gender talks more or less. I'm, trying to have these situations about money and the aspect. Red been in the cut, just chilling, listening. Probably a dog was barking the crap. Hey, I'm a YouTube break that bell that you be having. I need to sing you something besides that bell that's funny. I seen somebody got a button that they smashed the button and the button say that was stupid. That was stupid. So that'd be a good thing for you to get because you're gonna break that bell one day. But yeah, shout out to everybody come through. Thanks for hitting the like button. I be forgetting about that because I'm a YouTuber. Now I gotta act like a YouTube person and tell you hit the like button and smash all this. What's going on? Hey man, shout out to you in the documentary, dude. Hey, you actually changing it with a lot of guys with the documentaries. So when you do a couple of lives and your documentaries, man, it's gonna set the tone. It's gonna set the tone. You know, I might even do a doc. You know, But shout out to everybody, coming through. Wanda, hey, see you in the back. But like I said, I'm gonna go over here to the Black Brain Trust. Gonna get over here and get some of this knowledge because it's election time, and you're having all these things that we got to talk about, and knowing your point. I was just talking to Gold Professor, and I told him, I'm on the left, and I told him I'm a Republican, and I'm just shooting the junk, joking. I don't vote Democrat. I don't vote the left or the right. I'm independent, go in between. Like whoever's giving me the best outcome that's gonna help me and my family move along. That's what I'm rolling with. That's what I'm dealing with. Other than that, I don't have no sense of loyalty to no party, no people, but my own, and that's it. So with that being said, shout out. We here. We gone.